What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Bro Tech Gaming Podcast. Hope you guys had a good Easter Sunday. It is now Easter Monday. How's your Easter?
Yeah, so my Easter, I got to file my taxes, and that wasn't good. We owe we're gonna owe
Barely.
money, so that was yeah, dude. Like Michelle was giving me crap about not doing it for so long, and I think the reason why I procrastinated was because I knew I was gonna have to pay some of that shit back. So I put that on me. But yeah, it's done. Yay, responsibility.
That's all you did
Yeah.
yesterday was just taxes.
Yeah, I mean Michelle worked, so I just stayed home and just kind of cleaned, did some chores, did some errands. We were in LA on Friday. Actually, we were in Hollywood on Friday. Because Michelle was getting her tattoo touched up. And we're just there hanging out. So went and got something to eat at Hard Rock, and then we went to the Madame Tussauds like that wax museum,
Yeah.
which is it's not really wax. It's like they're clay, but I guess like it used to be wax like back in the day. But I mean it was cool. I'd never been. Some of the celebrities and whatever you want to call it like look really good, like legit. It was very trippy. And then some of them were kind of obvious that they weren't like. I mean, they still look cool, but it's just like it's obvious. Like I know the effect is it's supposed to be like, is it real? Is it not? But I mean, some of them were cool. It was worth going. I've never been before.
It's not like the House of Wax movie.
No, no, hell no. That would freak me the fuck out. Because there's some sections where you feel like you're literally like just surrounded by like statues, and it's kind of trippy when you're like standing in the right spot and it's like you're looking into their eyes, you know. So I had to like
Bunch of
there's
double
one of
takes.
Angela, dude. I did two double takes because it's like, are they gonna like track me like as I move? And that shit would have freaked me the fuck out. So yeah, that was basically the highlight of our weekend. So no real Easter plans, but you know that'll be coming up because Michelle's mom's gonna be here tomorrow, and then we're gonna have some of her cousins over too. So that'll be sort of like our little Easter, I guess.
Okay. You guys don't
Yeah.
have any like kids in the family, like
No, not
close.
really. Yeah, I mean, they're all her family's in Sacramento basically, so like they're the ones with all the kids. So that's where we go for all the baby showers and birthdays and the baptisms and all that stuff, you know.
Cool.
What
Yeah.
about you? Do you have an
So
Easter?
not really, man. Like, so my nephews, so Luca is the baby nephew, but he's only a couple weeks old, so can't do anything with him. My other nephews, I think they went with their grandparents, so I only have three nephews, so that's all the kids, and they were all doing their own thing. So we just
Yeah.
decided to stay home. We threw some meat on the grill, invited my brother and his wife, and we're just watching the Dodger game, kind of getting our last minute plans for Tokyo ready.
Mhm.
And we just chilled. It was pretty chill.
I mean, that's cool. That's all you can really ask for on like as you call it, like a holiday weekend. Like nobody gets the day off. All the stores are closed, but like most places still got to go to work anyway.
Yeah, and so Saturday we went to the stores and a lot of the power was out because we went to Palmdale and
Dude, they had a lot of power outages this weekend, bro.
yeah, we're like,
Like
oh,
the
we'll
storm.
we'll go to Sam's Club and put gas. So we drove by Sam's Club. It was closed. So we're like, shit. So we went inside and we bought some stuff, but we didn't have any internet because we have Verizon, and Verizon was just totally out. So I had no signal on my phone. Well, both of us had no signal on our phone, and it was just saying like SOS. Like no matter how many times I restarted it, so I was like, I guess the tower is out then. And
Mhm.
it was a good thing that the Sam's Club has Wi-Fi for their customers, or else we wouldn't have been able to pay because we used the app to pay for it. They have
Mhm.
like a scan and pay, which is
Yeah.
like super convenient. Like Costco should do that. Like you just like whatever you throw in your cart, you just scan the barcode, and then once you're done, you pay for it and you walk right out. Like you don't have to stand in line at all.
Yeah, we always say that. Like that's like the one thing that we like about Sam's Club. Like, because I like the stuff they have at Costco better. Like we actually like shopping at Costco more than Sam's Club. But like, I wish Sam or Costco had an easier way to get in and out of that store, because they got like the freaking like the door people like at the exits, like the fucking mafia, like like checking your bags, checking your pockets, doing like a fucking like pat down. It's like all I got are waters, I swear. But they be going,
Yeah.
they look like fucking angry, man.
Yeah,
But yeah.
so after we left Sam's, we were like, okay, we'll go put gas at Costco because we have a Costco card too. So we drove by there and they were closed. Like the whole store was closed. We're like, shit. We're like, all right, we'll put gas another day. Let's go find some food. And like it was the same thing everywhere we went. It was closed.
Yeah, nothing was
So
open, man.
we ended up going to Jersey Mike's over on Valley Central Way because we were gonna go to Pollo Loco right there, but it was closed. So it was like the next best thing, and we were cool with it. But
They gotta celebrate Easter's.
no, it was Saturday.
Oh, it's Saturday, so
Yeah.
they basically had like the whole weekend off.
Yeah, basically.
Dang, crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
So before we get into anything else, I wanted to say the mystery song for last week was dun 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 Contra.
Contra.
Original Contra from back in the day.
Back when you had to put quarters in machines.
Yeah, I actually miss those. I miss the arcade style games.
Yeah, now you got to do like a swipe card at all the modern places. Arcade games kind of suck now too, man. Like they don't really update arcade machines anymore. Like they're basically just mobile games that they slap onto a big screen that you just like scan a barcode. Like I miss like the OG arcades. Like growing up, I didn't really play much of Contra, so I can't say much about it. But I just remember growing up all the arcades we used to go to because living in Reno, like all the casinos there, dude. Like all the casinos all had like that one arcade that was just like balls to wall, like machines everywhere, fighting games, racing games, like Contra, Mortal Kombat, like Killer Instinct, Ridge Racer, like all those games, dude. I grew up on that shit.
What was the one with the dinosaurs where you had to like tear the buildings down? It was something like Rampage.
Rampage. Yeah, I mean they still got Rampage now, but it's not the same as like the OG. Yeah,
I never understood that game.
actually, like the original one was a lot better than like the modern one. Like the modern one was basically just made to eat your quarters. The older one, actually, I felt like you could make better progress on, but you basically had to like go up and down like a building, and you had to like bust out the building. If you destroyed everything from the bottom, like the point was you had to get the whole building to collapse from like the top down. But each level got progressively harder because you got like the little helicopter dudes that are like shooting things at you, and you got like the little police guys on the bottom like shooting at you. So, and you have to like eat the people like out of the windows so you can get your health back.
See, I never knew any of that.
Yeah.
I would just try destroying stuff, and I would just end up dying. I was just like, all right, that was cool.
Yeah, I mean the arcade games back then were meant to be hard because it wanted to get your money, which is kind of like props to those dudes that have the world records for shit like Donkey Kong and like Galaga and all that shit, because those games were hard, man. Hard ass games.
Man, yeah, I really do miss the arcades. I remember the AV Mall had an arcade. It's like back in the day now, maybe like 20 years ago.
It's where the Bank of America ATM is, like behind there is where they used to have the arcade. I used to go there and play Dance Dance Revolution. Like on my lunch breaks, bro. I would have lunch breaks at Home Depot. I'd be like, oh, I got an hour, bro. I'm gonna go play DDR at the arcade.
Jesus.
My ass would come back all like sweaty and tired on my lunch.
That's crazy. Yeah, like my go-to games were always just like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. I know there was like Street Fighter versus Marvel was like really big back then.
Yeah.
And that one was really fun, but I feel like it was still kind of too fast-paced for me. I was more of like the original Street Fighter kind of guy. Like even Turbo was cool, but like once you get into like that Street Fighter versus Marvel or like Capcom versus Marvel, it's just like people flying all around like off the screen and stuff, and I was just like, I'm too slow for this game.
It was hard not to button mash those too, because like you couldn't really go wrong just like randomly doing shit with the joysticks and the buttons. Like you would end up doing something anyways. I think my favorite games besides the DDR, because I was a beast at DDR, I like playing like Time Crisis, Area 51. You remember Area 51
Yeah.
with the fucking like the zombies? That's so stupid.
There was the other one, the other zombie one where I had like a storyline with it.
Oh, House of the Dead.
Yes, House of the Dead was
Yeah.
really cool because you can pick which way you would go. So if you
Yeah.
wanted to go upstairs or downstairs or left or right, like you had the choice of doing that. But it was still like a Rails game, but it was still cool. I missed that
Yeah.
game.
They started to get really crazy with all the like the big ass like theatrical style like on the rail shooters where you have to like go inside and like actually sit down in something instead of just having like the guns just like right there ready to go.
Yeah, I like Time Crisis because when they would upgrade the guns, like the gun would actually like go back when you were shooting it. Like,
Yeah,
that was so cool.
I used to be so pissed, bro, when they would have guns that didn't work.
Yeah.
Just like, no.
Yeah, like I didn't even want to play it.
Took all the fun out of it, or the fucking pedal was broken.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, those are so cool, man. If I become a millionaire, dude, that's what I'm getting in my room is Time Crisis.
Just put them all in there, man. Get all the good shit. People are all about pinball machines too, man, but I never got down on pinball like that. Yeah.
Maybe just on was it like Windows XP or Windows 98? That
The
pinball.
space-
Yeah.
Space 3D. I was pretty good at that shit. On like we were supposed to be like Googling stuff for our research at school, but I was playing freaking pinball instead.
Yeah, just like on mute.
All right, good times, good times. Yeah, so listen for whatever the song was at the beginning of this episode, and then listen for the end of the episode. So, yeah, normally we would have an episode out already today, but we were a little delayed because of the whole Easter thing. I guess we're both a little busy, which sounds like neither one of us were really busy yesterday. I think sometimes we just wait for one of us to hit each other up and be like, "You want to do the podcast?" So this is coming out a little late, but we still got one out for you guys. So first thing we're going to talk about on the agenda is some baseball stuff. So officially, the season has begun. Yankees are 4-0. Let's go.
That.
My dad's giving me the updates. I don't even know, bro. I literally texted my dad. I'm like, Dad, what's the Yankees record? He's like, they're 4-0. I'm like, okay, thanks. He told me that we swept the Astros, so that was a big deal. Good for us.
Yeah, congratulations. I was on board for that too, so I'll give you guys a little golf clap.
Golf clap. Wait. We got the golf clap sound. Where's it at? I'll find it. Hang on.
Nice.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. So I heard that Stanton lost weight.
He was already jacked though. Like what? How much more weight does he need to lose?
Well, I don't know. I think he lost like muscle or something. Like he went down in weight, but he's still like throwing bombs out there. So
maybe they need him to be more mobile instead of like built like a Greek god. They need him to be able to move around.
Yeah, it trips me out how big like Stanton and Judge are, but they're still out there like running around. I'm like, if I was that big, like I wouldn't want to run around.
Yeah, Judge is a big dude. I mean, what is he like 6'5", 6'4"?
Bigger than that.
But he's like 260 pounds or some shit like that, man. Like 240, 260 pounds.
I feel like Judge is like 6'9" or something. Like,
yeah,
I feel like he's huge.
I don't know, man. Like I've been me and Michelle have been working out a lot, especially since we got like our rack in the garage. And like I'm really proud of Michelle. She's been losing a lot of weight. I actually gained 5 pounds, but then like I lost a couple inches on my waist, which is kind of cool. But I weigh like 205 right now. And fucking moving around at 205 is hard too, bro. like getting out of bed, man. Getting out of bed, like I was trying to explain to Michelle that I'm like a fucking like an old ass furnace. You know, like once you like throw some fucking like logs and fuel in there, like it takes a second to like heat up. Like I feel like I can feel and hear like my joints like creaking like when I move out of the bed. So I can't imagine how like these big ass baseball players are. Like they gotta stay like lubricated and shit all the time.
Yeah, I mean they got professional like masseuse every day. They have like spas and like ice baths, and I mean they have the best of the best.
Steroids.
All
No,
right.
they don't do that.
Nah, they only do the what was Tatis on? The earworm something, the booger shit that he was on, that he
I
got
have no idea.
suspended for a year.
You know more about that than I do. I don't know.
Yeah, well, Tatis got caught with steroids last year, and it's funny because everybody makes fun of him now. They'll bring like those big ass needles to the like paper needles or like like poster needles.
Oh yeah, like the syringe.
Yeah, the syringes.
Yeah,
And
they
then
should make
there's,
those out of like foam fingers.
yeah, I definitely get one with Tatis's name on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for the Dodgers, so we had that like mini series. I call it a mini series that we had in South Korea and Seoul. We went 1-1, and then we came back, and then we played more spring training games, and then we actually started the season Thursday against the Cardinals. And last year the Cardinals were like garbage. So I remember my friend Adam at work. He's like a huge Cardinals fan, so he was watching the games like every day. And so I was gonna hit him up just to just talk shit about the series, because we won the first two games and then we lost the third one, and then we were losing the fourth one, and I was like, damn, are we really gonna split this series with them? And then so Max Muncy came in like the eighth inning and hit a 2-run bomb, and we won the series 3-1. So I was happy about that. Shohei's been struggling a little bit. I mean,
A
it's
lot on his mind.
yeah, I guess, but I mean, even in the series in Seoul, like when that story first came out, that second game, like he was still hitting like doubles and stuff. So, or even like opening day when he came out here, he was hitting doubles. He almost had a triple if our third base coach didn't stop Mookie from going home. He would have had a triple, but he had like a brain fart or something. I guess he didn't understand how fast Mookie was, because Mookie was like almost like home already, and he called him back. Shohei was rounding second going to third, and he had to stop him, but by then it was too late. He was already out. So
How much do you think they get paid to be like a base running coach? It's like you have one job. It's to like stand in a box and just do this shit. Like
yeah, your job is to do
like
two things.
I make $300,000 a year.
Yeah, he's basically a stop sign, like a stoplight with the
Yeah.
green and go, and green and stop. That's
Uh,
it. That's all you have to do.
Man, it's like how hard is it? Like how hard is it to like read the field? I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, we still won the game. I think the score was like 6-1 or something like that, so it wasn't bad. There was 7-1, 7-3, something like that. I can't remember.
So what's your guys' record right now?
So right now we are, what are we, 4-2, something like that, and we're still in second place because of the Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks are, I think they have one less loss than we do, so they have a better winning percentage. So they're still in first place, but we have more wins than them.
I think we actually play them next.
Well, you guys,
According to my dad, my sports Yankees updater guy, he says Yankees are at Diamondbacks for 3.
okay,
There
nice.
you go.
You guys better
He's
keep
like-
that momentum going and sweep them. That way we can stroll into first place.
Yeah, well, it's an early season, so a
I
lot
don't
can
care.
happen.
I want first place for the whole season. I don't
All
care.
All right. Okay, so more stuff. We didn't really have a whole lot of topics. I was trying to browse like some sales, like some of the game sales. Right now there's a ton of games on sale on the PlayStation Store, so if anybody cares about that, there's some good stuff out there. You can get like the Borderlands games for dirt cheap. The Final Fantasy games are on sale. Alan Wake is on sale, which is 20% off. So I'm kind of like low key thinking about. I'm thinking about getting it for the PS5, because it's not going on sale on the Epic Store, and it's kind of pissing me off.
Is it the first one or second one?
The second one, Alan Wake 2. Yeah, part 2. So that one's on sale. So a lot of good deals right now on the PS5. Which like made me want to look at Steam and see what sales are on Steam, and there ain't shit on Steam on sale, which is weird because like 2 weeks ago, like Steam had all the deals, and there wasn't anything at PlayStation. So it kind of makes me think of like the whole like Costco versus Sam's Club thing. It's just like, oh well, they got it on sale at Costco. It's like, but next week it's going to be on sale at Sam's Club.
Yeah.
Yeah, other than that, like I didn't really see anything like amazing on sale. I imagine that like when summertime comes up, there's gonna be like crazy good deals like on both sides. But kind of low key want to get Alan Wake 2 if it's on sale, which is still like $40, but that's not too bad.
Well, wasn't it $40 originally, or was it like 50?
So it's $40 on PC, but it's 60. I think it's $60 on the PS5. So it's 20% off on that, making it $40.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's still technically $40, or maybe it's 50. Maybe it's $50 on PC. So I'm still kind of torn because if I get it on my PS5, I can still technically remote play it on the Steam Deck if I want to. But sometimes like that little bit of lag just throws me off. But I feel like in Alan Wake it shouldn't be that big of a deal.
You're still playing
But
on your Steam Deck a lot?
yeah, I'm actually getting a lot of use out of it. I think my favorite thing to do is just remote play. Like once the internet is like synced up nice between my PlayStation and the Steam Deck, like sometimes the connection gets a little screwy to where I have to like reset the app on the Steam Deck. But when it's like solid, I totally forget that I'm streaming it. Like I'll play Fortnite on it sometimes because you know on Steam there's no Fortnite. Like I'll be playing a Death Stranding on it. I was playing God of War on it. And when it's running like smooth, like I forget, you know, I forget that it's not like native. So that's probably like my favorite thing to do with it right now is just remote play.
Very nice. So we actually got some new like Switch controllers for the Switch. They were the peach one. I don't know if I showed you or if I
I
told
think
you
you
about it.
posted it, right?
Oh yeah,
Did you
yeah,
post it
yeah. I put it on
on
Instagram.
your Insta? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Those
So
are expensive though.
I was so it was one night I was kind of bored like on the PC, so I just grabbed the Switch and like went to bed and I was playing Smash Bros. But like the brand new feel of those controllers are like so nice. Like they're so like, oh, like obviously because they're brand new, like fresh out of the box. But like, man, like I miss that feeling of like that fresh. Like even for the PS5 controllers, like a brand new one out of the box feels so good. I
To make you think you're using a new console.
yeah, for real. Because it was just like so like I don't know, like because it still has like all the grip on the controller, like thumb pads and stuff like that. So it was
Yeah.
nice. Probably have to get like a new controller like every like 2 weeks or something. Like if you play heavy.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some good sales on the Steam, or not the Steam, but the Switch too. It's just like after getting the Steam Deck, I don't really mess with the Switch as much. I wish there'd be more exclusive games on the Switch that were on sale, like the Mario and the Zeldas and Metroids and stuff. But they still got some good deals on some games. Like you can get like all of the Dooms, like the OG Doom, all the way up to Doom Eternal, or like dirt cheap right now. I think the Assassin's Creeds are on sale right now on the Switch too. So there's still some good games on there. It's just like when it comes to running like third-party games on the Switch, like I can tell that it's run through an emulator. So sometimes the games feel a little janky. So that's why I've like basically gone to like the Steam Deck for some of those games, but I still get on my Switch, you know. I still dabble. I still dibbly dabbly with the Switch every now and then.
Yeah, I mostly play the
Smash Bros.
yeah, Smash Bros. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I play the Smash Bros because I'm trying to unlock everybody, and
Yeah.
I honestly don't even know how many players there are that are locked or like hidden because they don't show you. It's not like they have like the whole character select and they're just like blacked out or like grayed out. It's just like every time I fight somebody and it's like a new challenger arrived and I'm like, oh shit, he's in this game too.
Yeah,
So
it never ends though, dude. Like it never ends, and sometimes like you unlock the same character. So it's kind of a pain in the ass, like because it wants you to play both modes. Like it wants you to do like the regular like battle mode, because like you have to win. I think it's like you have to win like 3 matches or something, and then like the fourth match you'll get a challenger or something like that. I don't remember. I got into this like cycle of just like unlocking characters. But then there's like the story mode where you actually have to like go through like the maps and the stories and like unlock characters that way too. And I think that's the one where you always end up like unlocking the same characters. But if you end up fighting somebody that you haven't unlocked yet, then you get to unlock that character. But you have to like play through it, play through the story to do that. It's been a minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to play through the story because I haven't touched the story. I've just been doing just regular like 1v1s. But there is a like I'll unlock a well like I'll be able to challenge somebody new that I don't have and I'll end up losing. And I'm just like no because like I never know when that dude's gonna come back. Like if he ever comes back.
I think you can re-challenge them though. I think there's an option like if you go back to the main menu to like re-challenge a character that you recently lost to. So I think you get to do it more than once, but I don't remember the rules. It's like you only get so many tries to re-challenge like a new fighter that you haven't unlocked. But I don't know, it's been a minute. I haven't played that shit in such a long time, man.
Yeah, probably play that tonight
Yeah.
if I don't get bored of Apex. Dude, like with Apex, man, like I've been like punching the wall with Apex lately, man. Like I've been like so burnt out on it. And
Yeah.
it's just because I'm not having fun anymore. Like the
Yeah.
whole point that I played Apex was because I was having fun. Like I was in the same like player base, like skill based matchmaking. Like it was fine until this season. Like once I got into like Gold 1, like on like the borderline of like Plat 4 and Gold 1, I think everybody is stuck there. So it's like I'm fighting everybody. And
Yeah.
like the third parties are crazy. Like dude, there was so last week um we got up to like we finished the number like 3 squad, so it was like 1v1 for another squad. They legit waited until I started healing up, sniped me, knocked me, and then killed the other dude. I was like, Jesus, like they timed that perfectly. Like they're
Yeah.
just sitting there watching everything go down, and then they're like, all right, now we attack. And then we lost. And I was just like, I'm done. I'm done for the night. Like, I can't do this anymore.
I think when you get to that level, though, you kind of have to play with teams. I mean, like it was always kind of like that. I think before, like before they updated all of the ranking, I think you could still get up to like solo plat before you had to consider teaming up with people. And then once you hit diamond, it was just like no brainer. Like diamond, you have to team up. But now it's like because they made the skill based matchmaking like so tight. And because like every fucking rank feels like a sweat fest, even at bronze. Like I think they just want you to team with people as much as possible, and it's just like unless you got that squad already, you're not going to be able to communicate effectively with just randos.
Yeah, and then you watch like it's Timmy do his like road to Predator from like was it like silver like 4 all the way to Predator mode. And he does this by himself and he does it in one stream and it takes him like 20 something hours to do it. And I'm just
Built
like,
different.
bro, like what the fuck, man? Like
They're just built different, man. Or they'll do that shit with pistols only.
yeah, like he does some crazy ass shit, man. Like not even him, but I'll see players like as Pathfinder, and you know, like Pathfinder has the grapple, and
Yeah.
they'll see the person like flying across the screen for like 0.03 seconds, but they have enough time to grapple that fool, like bring him in, and then like kill him. And I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, like I have a hard time just using the grapple in general. Like I don't know how these dudes are so good that they can just do that like on the fly. And
They're like
it's
ADHD, bro, like Adderall and all that shit. They just like function at such a high level, man. It's like autism. Like I think honestly, like I'm not saying this to be mean. Don't crucify me, like chat and all those people, but I feel like to be able to play at like that level, I think there's some form of like spectrum that they're on. It's like that high functionality, you know, like we will never be able to do that. Or it's people that have like a real like ADHD or some kind of like attention like deficit disorder thing where they're just very high functioning. And to be able to do that shit and stream at the same time, it's just like whatever, bro. Like when I lock in on ranked, like I'm not fun on stream. like I totally forget that the stream like even exists, and you got these dudes like having like, you know, full blown conversations about life and everything, and saying thank you to donos, but they're just still like racking up kills and freaking damage and ranking up at the same time. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty much Spiro's. Like Spiro's says, like he recognizes every single person in chat. Like not recognizes them, but he acknowledges everyone.
On
And
God, on God, bro.
yeah, like as cringy as he is, like he's still like
What's
his
up,
awareness
goat?
for everything is crazy.
What's up, goat? What's up, king? All right, on God, on
Thank you,
God.
baby. Thank you, baby. Thank you, baby. I hear that all the
Wait,
time.
how many people watch your stream?
Like two. There's like Nightbot, and then there's like Stream Elements. You know, there's my number one fans.
Maybe myself if I get the notification. So you get 3 people sometimes.
Yeah.
I'll just like leave 3 messages and bounce.
I mean, it's still better than nothing.
Yeah.
Even lurking helps.
Me and Michelle haven't streamed in a while. We've been kind of busy, but
yeah, that's so I'm actually like really excited to go to Japan because I want to hit up the all like the tech stores out there.
Mhm.
Because I already know that with the memory card that I have for my my camera, it's not going to be enough. It's 128 gigs, but I want to use it just to mostly record video. I want to hit up the stores and get like a bunch of like maybe like a bunch of like 128 gig memory cards. And like I also want to hit up like the stores with the Switch games because I see a lot of videos and they have a lot of games out there, just like aisles and aisles of Switch games. So I guess Nintendo, like obviously Nintendo is like very popular out there, so they have like unlimited amounts of games, like even like older games. I want to get some like retro games, like maybe like an NES, even if it doesn't work, like just to put it like on the shelf somewhere, just to have it.
You have to clear a little space back there.
Yeah, well, all
Bigger
this
stuff.
stuff is that's not my stuff. I still have the shelves over here, but like you can't see it because I moved the game room around, so it's a new setting now.
When Michelle and her family was out there, like there's like a district that you can specifically go to, and like it's crazy how they sort of like separate like each area in different districts, almost like a different theme. Like if all you want to do is like look for toys, like they have like a whole district that's just nothing but toys. If you want to look at tech, they have a whole district that's like nothing but tech. Like it's crazy how they sort of like organize their city for specific things. Whereas here in America, we just fucking like randomly just drop shit everywhere. Like you got an El Pollo Loco next to a Pets R Us, next to a Costco, next to a Target, next to a GameStop, next to a Vitamin World. It's like, oh, what do I do? You know?
Yeah, just
But it's
sprinkle a little bit of everything
a
everywhere.
little bit of everything, yeah. Like an AutoZone, just in case your car breaks down while you're like grocery shopping. But
Yeah, 'cause we have an AutoZone here right next to Tom's, and then on the other side of that is O'Reilly's.
yeah,
So like if you can't find it here, there's literally a walking distance store you can find it.
yeah. And if a store closes down, it'll just immediately be replaced by a Dollar General or a Madrano's.
Dude, there's so many Madranos out here now. It's crazy.
Like 5. We have like 5. They're taking over like all the restaurants the way that fucking Paradise takes over all the stores in the mall. I'm convinced they're money laundering at the mall, but that's a different story.
They gotta be. It's just like the Ashleys, dude. Like, does anybody actually buy stuff from Ashley's? But they have like the biggest store in the fucking AV with just
But they're
furniture.
so expensive, we were just looking for stools, and like one stool is like $300. I'm like, bro, like, am I even allowed to sit on that thing? Is it made out of gold? Like, Jesus. And then you got like that one person that just like follows you around like everywhere in the store, you know? Like if you stop for 2 seconds to look at like an end table, you just fucking like,
Yeah, they come running
like,
up.
would you like that? Would you like that?
They just come out of the shadows with their little clipboard.
It's creepy.
It's like, do you want to put that on layaway? It's like, no.
Yeah.
That's what happened
I
when
mean-
we went. So I think what happens is they assign a person to everybody that comes in. So they follow you the whole time. So that way, if you actually do stop and look at something, they pounce on it. And it's all like, oh yeah, this is this much APR because it's not cheap. So the time that we went in, because you know when we got our house, we went there just to look around, literally just to look around. We weren't gonna buy anything, and we went in, and the lady came up, and we told her, we're like, hey, we just want to look around, you know, we'd never been in here, so we just want to see stuff. So she's like, oh, okay. But she was kind of like hesitant, like we didn't know the deal. And she didn't want to tell us like, oh, like I have to be with you guys. So she kind
Yeah.
of just stood there and like we kept walking. And the first thing that we stopped at was like the couches because we were looking at the couches. Bro, she mad dash sprint over there with her clipboard. And it's all like, oh yeah, you have any questions about this one? Like you guys think you guys want to get this one? And we're like, no, not really. Like it is nice, but like no. And then it came to a point where it was all like, oh, like we were telling them like, oh, we're like in escrow right now, so we can't buy anything. And she's all like, oh yeah, that's no problem. Like we don't have to run your credit. We can just put it down. You like put some money down, and we won't charge you until escrow closes, and then give us like a shipping date, and we can have it delivered like as soon as you guys get the keys and stuff. And we're like, damn, like all this shit sounds real good, but I don't want to pay $5,000 for a couch.
Yeah.
So
Well, they make
dude,
commission, so
yeah,
I'm pretty sure
yeah.
they make commission.
Yeah, that's why they're so like pushy about it. But like, dude, like we almost walked out of there with a freaking couch because that's how
Yeah.
that's how good they are. We were just like, no, no, and walked out. Like
We're just
I
like,
don't want to hear
oh,
it. I don't want to hear it.
yeah. It's like, oh, like, do you want this couch? It's like, well, we did, but not anymore.
Yeah, I mean they do have nice stuff in there, but it's just really expensive.
It's pretty bougie, man. We still need a couch for downstairs. Like we want like what we want is like those love sack couches where it's like modular and you can like frame your living room however you want because they're basically just like cubes that you move around. But that's just expensive, man. The one we were looking at is like 6 or 7 G's for just a set. And I'm like, bro, I can go on Amazon and get that for like 1,200. So we might do like the poor man's love sack and just get it on Amazon. But yeah, we still need to finish like decorating our house, and we got family coming out, and then we're supposed to have like a housewarming like next month, bro, and we ain't got shit, bro. It's like we got like the bedroom, the living room, and then like the office, and that's all we got ready to go. Everything's just so random. Uh,
Yeah, that's the fun part about getting a house and getting to decorate it, and like you get to take as much time as you want.
yeah, I mean it's ours. Like we get to come home to it and just chill and like I don't know, like even though the mortgage is kind of high, like I get that, but I feel like as long as we're not struggling, as long as we can make those monthly payments, and then we're just like healthy, it's worth it. It's worth it. Everybody should be a homeowner at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's expensive though, man. It's I don't know. It's a journey that
It
not a
is
lot of
journey.
people can take, but
Yeah,
it's worth
we
it.
we were like so stuck on like the TikToks of just like how much money do you need to buy a house, blah blah blah, and like this is everything you need to know about buying a house in California in 2024 and blah blah blah. And I'm just like Jesus Christ, I'm so glad we're done watching those fucking videos.
Yeah. See, we didn't even have those videos. Like we just like I wasn't really that into YouTube back then, so like YouTubing it wasn't like a thing. And so we got our house in 2018, so it's about to be 6 years since we've been here,
Yeah,
which is crazy to
yeah.
think because it hasn't even felt that long.
Well,
Like
you're always doing shit with your house. Like you never feel like you're like really done with your shit. Like you're always like, I need to do this, I need to do that.
yeah, so
You know.
like the hard part for me for owning the house is the landscaping. We have like this house specifically has like really bad landscaping. Like whoever installed the sprinklers in the backyard was a complete idiot. Um like we have this area like behind the game room where there's like a couple trees and like a rose bush. Bro, they put like 16 sprinklers there. They put like 6 drips and then like like different kind of sprinklers, and we're like, why? Like half of these drips don't even go to anything. It's just rocks. Like they're watering the rocks. And then
I
they
tried.
have like this flower bed that is just like infested with weeds all the time. They put a palm tree back there, which I can't even reach the leaves to cut them anymore.
Mhm.
Like I don't know whose idea was that. And then like for the grass, it's like the grass was never even. So there's just like patches, and like when it rains, it like makes big ass puddles in these patches, like these like lumps and stuff in the grass.
Mhm.
The front yard, I guess I had grass at one time because when you look at the pictures on like Zillow, like it has grass. And then when we moved in, it was just dirt. Like they took all the grass out. They put trees like cactuses or cacti, whatever you call it. And then they put
Nice.
sand. They put sand on top of it, which it looked really nice when we moved in. but it's windy as shit out here. So all that sand blew away and now it's just dirt. And now what
Yeah.
happens is whenever it rains, it's just shitload of weeds, like crazy ass weeds. And it's literally a whole day just to like take all those weeds out. And so for me, I don't know, like I would rather have just cement everywhere, not have to worry
Yeah.
about it.
Bro, like I thought we were good with like our landscaping because it was just pea gravel, and like I fucked up because some weeds starting to poke out. So I just started pulling some weeds, bro. And that shit like spread like a fucking plague. Like I look at our front, man, and we just got like these fucking like green patches of shit like everywhere growing. And I ended up buying some like weed killer yesterday, and I'm just like spraying that shit, man. It's like a zombie apocalypse out there. So I'm gonna have to do something about that when like the weather gets better, because like every time I want to go outside and do stuff outside, like the weather's been shit, man. It's been like raining or like 50-mile-per-hour winds outside with freaking wind chill of like 30 degrees. I'm like, nah, man, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for the summertime. But I gotta do something about the weeds, man. Like it's spreading, and I'm just like, it's not a good look, man. We're gonna be that one house in the neighborhood with crazy ass weeds, and everybody else still got gravel in their front yard, except me.
Yeah, that's
I'm
the
like, we were
worst.
the first ones to move in, fuckers. Okay.
Like you can tell who moved in first by who has the most weeds in their front yard.
Like I got weeds that are growing like this tall already. They're like, yeah, they've been here the longest. uh,
Man.
Damn.
Yeah, so I think like either Lowe's or Best Buy, or not Best Buy, Home Depot, they have the like the home defense for like bugs and stuff. And I would recommend it because we used to have like Orkin for like years, and like every month the price would go up like cents and dimes and stuff, but it would go up, but it would add up. So it was like 79 for like the longest time, and then it went up to like 85, and then 90, and then 95, and then by the time it got to that price, we were just like, yeah, we're done. I'll just go to Home Depot and buy like 2 gallons of like the home defense and just spray it like every couple months.
Is that
And
like per month that they were charging you?
well, they would come
Like
out every three
$80 a month?
months, like every 3 months.
Okay, dude, I think it's because we got not a quote, but like we get stuff in the mail, like for pesticide services, and like the way it broke down, it was basically like $40 a month is what we would have been paying. It was like 120 or $130 for 3 months. It's like, damn, Rad, that's fucking expensive, dude. Like I'll do it myself. Like y'all didn't do shit except just like walk around and spray a perimeter.
Yeah,
Like you ain't doing anything crazy. I
yeah.
could do that for
So
free.
I would probably recommend like if they have like a one-time service, like when you first move in. But I mean, you got like a new build, so you don't really have to worry about it. But if you have like if you're moving into a new place that's kind of older, like I would recommend spraying, like getting like Orkin or whatever, just to spray it out, just to make sure, because you never know what the last tenants are gonna leave. So here, like we didn't have any bugs like inside, but there was a lot outside. There was a lot of spiders. And I honestly think like one of our neighbors has like roaches or whatever. So in the backyard, we'll see like a lot of roaches, but they never go inside. So like I'm constantly out there like every like couple weeks like spraying just to make sure, because that's just nasty. But
Yeah, like we'll probably spray the perimeter. We'll spray all like the openings and the doorways. Like in our garage, we have like this little dip in the concrete that I know like bugs are getting through, because like when it was like raining earlier in the year, like we were actually getting some water bugs and shit like inside the garage. And like Michelle freaks out, dude. She hates bugs. It doesn't even matter if it's like an ant or a cockroach or a mosquito. Like she'll freak the fuck out. It's just like all 100. It doesn't even matter what kind of bug it is. So I gotta spray that stuff off before the weather heats up.
yeah. Some other advice I would give out is totes. Like Costco has like these black totes with the yellow lids on them. They're really good totes, and I would highly recommend it just because like you're gonna go through like holidays, like especially like Christmas. You could throw like, if you have like one of those fake trees, you could throw the tree in there. You can throw all the ornaments, all the lights, and just label it and like put it away in the corner. And it's gonna save you a lot of time, a lot of cleanup. That's what we were doing. Was it like yesterday morning, like Karen woke up and she was like in a cleaning mood, and I was just like, because I'm still
Really?
in bed
Yeah.
and like I'm listening to all this like cleaning going on, and I'm just like, as soon as I get out of bed, it's just gonna be nonstop cleaning. That's what happened. We ended up in the garage, just like cleaning, like rearranging everything, and it looks nice now. But it's just like the thought of like cleaning, just like it irks me. Um, I have a tote in there that has like all my DVDs in there, and I was just like going through them, and I was just like, damn, like I miss being able to display these and just like pop it into like a DVD player whenever I want. And dude, like, so we've been here 6 years, and they've been in the garage for 6 years, but like I don't want to get rid of them because I feel like physical media is kind of getting phased out.
Yeah.
So like, of course, I want to keep all my DVDs, all my Blu-rays. Like I even thought about selling like the DVDs, but I'm just like, well, now like I'm not.
Keep it, bro. Like I'm in the same situation in the sense that like we have our storage unit still. Like I'm still paying for a storage unit, which is crazy. But we don't really have a lot of storage space at the house. Like we want to get a nice shed for the backyard that we can start putting shit in there. But bro, I got like boxes of Blu-rays, DVDs. I got some like PS3 games. I've got like 30 plus like PS3 games. Um it's just stuff that I'm like I'll probably never get rid of, man. I think I get it from my dad, dude. My dad is like hardcore into like collecting media. Like he basically like framed an entire closet with shelves just for freaking movies. And I'm not talking just DVDs. Like he's got VHS too that go back to like the 1970s and shit. And I'm like, damn, bro, like we really been keeping movies for that long. And I'm like, I'm probably gonna inherit most of that stuff, but I don't know. I
But
still like physical media.
yeah, because I mean, if you look at the prices for like VHS, just because they don't sell VHS anymore, like anything like really popular, especially Disney movies on VHS, are mad expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like nobody thinks about that. Like, we all kind of went through a phase where once things moved to like digital media, and I'm not even talking about like a digital like online media, like when things went from like VHS to DVDs, everyone was like, oh, like DVDs are so cheap, like they're never going to be worth anything. And like now you got like DVD sets that are selling for like fucking like $50 for a Blu-ray, but it's some kind of like a limited collector's edition Blu-ray that like all somebody did was like burn that shit onto a disc in their basement because like nobody has freaking DVD ROM drives anymore that they can burn shit. So there's just like a dude somewhere that's just like whipping out all these Blu-rays and selling it for like $50. It's just crazy, man. It's just absolutely crazy.
Yeah, and one of the boxes I had like PC games. I had like Left 4 Dead in there, and I was just like, damn, this is straight to the trash because I can't even play
You know,
it.
like bro, like they went from like selling the physical CD in like those boxes to like just having the code inside of it, and like now they don't have that shit anymore. But it's just crazy. Like it used to have like all of the codes that were just inside the box. People used to just open that shit up and just take the codes out of it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
And
man.
I mean, now all they have is just like those cards. Like you pay for the card and you scratch off the code, and then you just type it in.
Yeah, yeah. Just uses up all that storage space, man. Especially on the Switch, dude. Like I only got like 8 GB on the Switch for games. I download Mario Kart. And that's like 95% of my storage.
Jesus.
Yeah. So, anyways, moving on.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you have anything else you wanted to talk about?
Not a lot. Just like shows. We haven't really been watching a lot of shows lately. But I have been watching Ronin. So I just want to give another shout out to Ronin. That shit's good. I'm sorry, not Ronin. My bad.
Shogun.
Shogun. Yeah, Shogun. Shogun's good. This last episode was pretty cray. Very like Game of Thronesy. It's not even really like Game of Thrones. Like I feel like Game of Thrones was like they had to balance the politics and the backstabbing with the action and the high fantasy stuff. So this doesn't really have as much of that. Like it's really just focusing on like all the moves that are being made, but the show's still pretty good. It's still pretty good. So that's kind of like the only show that I'm still kind of tracking with. Haven't got back to Walking Dead since last time we talked on the podcast, so it's just been kind of a busy week, but I'm still gonna grind that out too. I still need to get through The Walking Dead.
Yeah, I was thinking about that last night because last night they just aired the last episode for The Ones Who Live. And so I watched it and I had a lot of mixed feelings about it But like I have nobody to talk to about it because nobody watches The Walking Dead anymore. And I'm like, dude, I need Sean to like hurry that shit up and get there so I can talk to you about it.
I guess technically I could watch that because it's not like I already know where Rick's story ends in the main series, right? And it's really just about him and Michonne in The Ones Who Live. So I feel like I could just watch that, but still watch uh the original Walking Dead because basically I'm just following Daryl's story in that anyway. So I mean I could probably watch The Ones Who Live. It's hard to stay away from the fucking spoilers, that's for damn sure. People are posting stuff like crazy on like Instagram and YouTube constantly, like clips from The Walking Dead. It's getting kind of like saturated.
Yeah, so it's only 6 episodes and it's already done. So you could probably finish that like in a couple days and we can talk about
Yeah.
that.
So I mean, realistically though, would you say that even though, so I know where Rick's story ends in The Walking Dead. Um, Based on that, do you think that me or anybody up to that point can still watch The Ones Who Live?
You could. There's no like crossover. The only crossover they have is just Michonne and Rick. Like this story is like very contained. Like they don't they don't really talk about people outside of this show, The Ones Who Live.
Okay.
So
Including Michonne, like Michonne's character, like there's not anything that I need to know in the events of Walking Dead that like tie into The Ones Who Live, except for like Michonne having her baby, like she's pregnant. Which like I know that she has a baby, but I know that like her son is like older in The Ones Who Live, right?
yeah, and like in the Ones Who Live, there's a bunch of time jumps. So
Okay.
so yeah, but
Okay.
yeah,
Okay,
I would just
cool.
say just watch it.
Okay, so I can watch it, not worrying about finishing The Walking Dead. That's all I need to know.
Yeah.
Now I just need to figure out how I'm gonna watch it.
Well, the streaming site that I sent you, they have it on there.
Okay. Illegally stream. Understood. Thank you for
Yes.
the plug.
Yes. So shows that I've been watching. So Karen put on Happily Ever After, which is the 90 days.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, like after the 90 days.
yeah. So the Happily Ever After, it has Rob and Sophie. It has Gino and Jasmine.
Mhm.
It has Big Ed. You remember Big Ed?
Yeah, I don't even know why they're still showcasing them. I think we actually did watch like the first episode of Happily Ever After. I think it's
Yeah.
got Michael and what's her name? Angela too.
And no, it doesn't.
It doesn't have Michael and Angela? You sure?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay, well, moving on. It's fine.
Yeah, so
I was actually surprised that Rob and Sophie were in there. I didn't know they would be in it.
yeah,
And
me
like
too.
it opens up on their scene and they're like not even together and like she's in bed with another girl and we're like, what the fuck? What happened, dude?
Yeah, it's like, what do we miss? So I think what happened is so they had the 90 days, they got married, and then it has like Happily Ever After, and then it's supposed to like jump back to the tell-all from the 90 days. So you can tell by Sophie's hair because in the tell-all she has black hair, and in Happily Ever After she still has the blonde hair. So I think they did this whole show in between the tell-all and from when like the 90 days ended.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like we were kind of struggled to keep up with timelines too because it kind of threw us off when it showed Jasmine the first time. Like it showed Jasmine on the before the 90-day tell-all. And it was like a big deal because she's like, oh yeah, like I got my papers, like I got my K1 visa, and it was like a big deal that she was in the United States. But then when we're watching 90 Day Fiance, like she hadn't come to the United States yet. So it's just like, okay, well, when did this happen? Did this happen before or after the tell-all? So it's kind of confusing how they kind of jump around when you actually like watch the shows. But I mean, you know, it's whatever. It's entertainment.
Yeah, I feel like Rob and Sophie's story is probably like the most entertaining because it's like you don't know why they're fighting. They don't really say why they're fighting. You just know that they are fighting, and they're not even like living together anymore. So it's like they're like the most like intriguing people.
I
Um,
think they're the most relatable. I think that's what makes it so scary. They're to me like they're the most relatable couple because they're closer to age and they fight over the same shit that like sometimes me and Michelle fight over. So I'm like, oh damn, I see myself in that for sure.
yeah. So they have I can't remember their names, but they have like the black lady that was like the witch with the guy from or like
Yeah,
the Hispanic.
Miguel.
Yeah,
God, was it not Danielle, but Miguel and yeah, Brittany, Brittany.
I don't think it's Brittany.
I don't remember, but yeah, I was
Yeah,
actually surprised to see them too.
yeah. And then this last episode, like we just watched it today, but like because I remember what you say about him, like he's so like sarcastic and funny. And like this last episode, dude, I was like rolling from the shit that he was saying because the dude's just like everything's a joke to him. So like I really relate to him because he
Yeah,
just makes
he's
fun
hella
of like
sarcastic.
all the situations, and I'm just like, that's me. I would say that too. Like I
Yeah.
would make fun of that shit too.
I wonder if they're actually accurate with the translation half the time as well, because I know that they translate, because they don't speak English. But like I'm wondering if they're actually like accurately like translating what he's really saying, because he's probably talking way more shit than what they show like on the translation.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, that's all I've been watching. I actually haven't been watching any other shows besides The Walking Dead and now Happily Ever After.
I don't know, man. There's too much out there, too many streaming services. Like I feel like I'm spending way too much money on shit that I'm not utilizing. Like Shogun only comes out once a week. House of Dragon comes out what like in 2 months, so we'll probably watch that. Um, I don't know. It's just having time too. Like trying to find time to really just sit down and binge something. I feel like I haven't had as much time lately. Like my days go by too fast, So I'll just take what I can get.
Yeah, I feel like I'm the opposite. I feel like I have too much time and I don't know what to do with it, so I just end up like playing. Cause like, dude, okay, so I watched Imaginary, the one with
Oh,
the
the one with the
bear.
teddy bear. Yeah.
Dude, that movie was horrible. Do not watch that
Really?
movie. Do not go
No. Was
anywhere
it
near that
scary at
movie.
all?
No, there's nothing scary about that movie. The jump scares suck. The storylines suck. The actors sucked. And like, so we were talking about Tom Payne a couple weeks ago, and the dude's in this
Yeah.
movie for like five
Yeah.
minutes.
That's funny.
So he's like the dad in the story, and he's there in the beginning just to let you know that he's like the dad of the kids. And he's like, "All right, I'm gonna go play music. Peace out for the rest of the movie." Doesn't come back until like the very end of the movie. It's like so cliche though. It's like it was like The Conjuring, like like when the dad left and then like all the shit started happening. It was like the same thing. It was just like you can see it coming from like a mile away.
Just ran out of ideas, I guess. Damn, they hyped that movie up too, man. It had like all the like you can't trust reviews anymore. Like the Winnie the Pooh, like the part two, like got like 100%. It was like 100% Rotten Tomatoes after like 6 reviews. I'm like, who the fuck is reviewing this movie?
Yeah, I don't know if that was like on the critics side or like the audience side because
It was the critic side. It was 100% on the critic side, but it was only 6 reviews. Then they're like, they already announced that they're gonna make a part three.
oh
like,
wow.
like nobody wants to watch this shit. Uh,
Maybe
maybe.
maybe it's one of those movies where they know it's bad, but it's like a fun time, kind of like fun bad.
Yeah. There was another trailer that dropped last week too, a horror movie, but it's like the perspective of the serial killer. Like I don't know if you saw that one. I don't remember what it was called. Um, but basically it's like imagine like Jason Voorhees in the Friday the 13th movies, but everything you see is from Jason's perspective instead of from like the victim's perspective. So that was kind of unique. Of course, everybody's gonna hype it up, like it's gonna be like, oh, like this is the horror movie of the year. This is the one you need to watch, and it's just they said that shit about Imaginary. So I guess we'll see.
Scariest movie of 2024.
Scariest movie ever,
It's like,
2024
bro, like we're only like 2 months into it. Like, calm
in
down.
100 years.
I do want to see Immaculate though. I want to see Sydney Sweeney in another movie.
Yay, get her 15. Did you see what they did for her premiere? So her premiere was she was gonna watch the movie in like a chapel, like a church, like some really like fancy ass like a Roman Victorian church or something, like with some nuns or some shit like that. I don't know. I don't know if it was a troll or what. Like, I don't know if it was like a Saturday Night Live skit or whatever. But like she actually watched the premiere in a church with like religious people, and they're just like appalled at the movie, and she's just like sitting there like laughing and smiling. Like, I'm like, okay, whatever you got to do to promote the movie, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think that was needed.
Agreed.
Dude, mostly because they have all these like paid people on TikTok. They're like, I just finished watching Immaculate, and it's the scariest movie I've ever seen in my life. And you look at the bottom, it says sponsored. You're like, oh, bullshit.
Yeah, yeah, we run into those a lot. Since we didn't talk about it really like the last week, what do you think is going to happen with TikTok?
Um,
You
I
think it's
don't
going to
know.
go away?
Honestly, I think it might.
Yeah.
I think it
Yeah,
might,
it's
but
crazy. It's crazy that they can do that though, man. Like it's with so many people in the social sort of world that TikTok has built to connect everybody, and they're just gonna fucking get rid of it like that. I don't know, man.
yeah, I think they'll get rid of it, but I think it might just like resurface as something else. Like what's holding them back from just changing the name of the
Yeah.
app and then just be like, oh, this is the new TikTok. Everybody come over here. And like
Yeah.
guaranteed everyone's gonna go over there because there's not gonna be no TikTok. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, in all reality, like all they're asking the guy to do is like he just has to sell the brand to like a non-Chinese company or whatever. I mean, all that it really is an algorithm. So yeah, they could reframe it and be like, yeah, like I'll just sell this portion off to the United States or whatever, or to another country, and I'll just like create another software app because he basically owns the algorithm. And I think that's really what makes TikTok work. Like it could be anything as long as it has the same algorithm. Like you're gonna get the same content. I'll tell you what, dude. Like YouTube Shorts could use a fucking algorithm because I can't find shit on that half the time. Like it'll show me the same video over and over and over again, and it makes me wonder if there's even an algorithm that works for the YouTube Shorts. So I hope something like TikTok still exists after the next few months.
Yeah, me too. But I guess Congress said it wasn't gonna be like a immediate thing because they have more pressing matters at hand.
Yeah.
But yeah, the president said that he would sign it if it ever came across his desk to get rid of it. So
Yeah, and I mean we'll see when that happens. Like who knows? It's just like they're right though. There's like so many other like crazy ass things that are going on. It's just like that's the thing that they're like mostly concerned with. It's just a bunch of old like geriatric ass people that are running our country that don't even know how to use a fucking app in the first place. You know, like they need people to show them how to use the app. So
yeah, there should definitely be a cutoff age for like anybody in Congress.
we won't get political. We won't get political on the
Not
podcast.
political, but like it's just I don't know, like people retire after like 65, something like that. Like make like 60 like the cutoff
96.
and be like you have to know how to like work a computer, like you have to know how to work your phone, like, you know, send me a PDF, you know, see if you're qualified.
Take like an aptitude test.
Yeah, like something, dude. Like it's crazy.
Uh,
This country is
crazy.
crazy.
It sure is. It sure is. All right. Well, I don't really have anything else to talk about. Like we could probably talk about a lot of shit, but it would just be mostly rambles. So we'll save something for next week. Next week we'll have some updates on hopefully some new stuff pops off. Maybe we'll give an update on the whole P Diddy situation.
Oh god.
Carlos forgot to ask me about what I order at the bodega.
Oh yeah, what's your go-to order at the bodega?
Bread and cheese.
Bread and cheese.
A bread and cheese sandwich with some liquid drink. If you know, you know.
Oh man. Yeah, we could talk about J-Lo on the next one.
The more vague, the better. All right, we'll do some celebrity gossip on the next podcast. We'll talk about P Diddy, J-Lo. We'll talk about like Rashid Rice crashing his Lambo and like endangering like 7 and 8 people on a freaking freeway. How stupid, bro. Yeah, we'll talk about that next time.
Yeah, some more sports news. Some more baseball. What else is out there? Basketball right now. It's, getting close to the playoffs.
That's still a sport. Yeah, lacrosse,
some badminton,
tennis, miniature golf.
something. If it's out there, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, if it's out there, we'll talk about it. All right, so I guess that's good. You got anything else to add, Carlos?
Nope, that's it. Listen for the outro song, see if you guys can know it. Let us know how your Easter was. Tell us your traditions that you guys have for Easter in the comments below. See if we relate to any of that. Let us know if you guys can figure out the song, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, catch you guys on the next episode. Be safe, take care, everybody. Catch you next time.